my YouTube family, and thanks for stopping by. I have already connected with your energy, and I was guided to these three cards for you, which is stress, grief, and shame. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. The stress card has shown up in your reading today because it wants you to release stress. And it wants you to think about what triggers stress in your life and how do you respond. In stress and fear, your body follows a familiar psychological routine. Before you are aware, your brain detects a need to react and sends a message to pump out stress hormones, giving you the ability to respond. From losing keys to doing a work presentation, the process is the same. When the need for response is over, the brain receives a message to calm down and starts balancing your hormones. Experiencing high levels of stress or fear as a child can impact your brain's ability to regulate stress hormones as an adult, giving you the potential for an overactive response system with far reaching consequences physically and emotionally. How were you met in your fear and stress in childhood? Did you experience any traumas or challenging home situations? How were you supported or not in getting through it? And the grief card has shown up in your reading today because it wants you to imagine a circle in the middle of the universe and know that it is endless. The circle represents your grief and the spiral represents your life growing around it. As the spiral grows, the circle appears smaller, but in truth, it never changes size. Spiraling away from grief with distracting experiences can be helpful in doses, but meeting your grief with patience and compassion when it brings you back to its core is hugely important. Grief can be triggered by many things. Reflect on the losses you have experienced in life. How were you met and seen by your mother and father in grief, sadness, and fear when you were a child? Were you allowed to show feelings and move through them at your own pace? How do you engage with grief today? And the shame card has shown up in your reading because it wants you not to be confused. Guilt is recognition of negativity impacting others, and shame is the felt experience of being bad arising in oneself. Capacity for shame is important, but if you are consistently subject to shame experiences, constantly being criticized, manipulated, belittled, or ignored, it can become internalized and make you feel and believe you are bad rather than what happened to you being bad. One way to cope with internalized shame, which often includes feelings of worthlessness and self-disgust, is to project outward with aggression and contempt. In parent and child's relationship, this can be particularly damaging, with the mother or father projecting their shame onto their child, who either continues their cycle in their own relationship or observes the shame and turns their anger on themselves. If you often feel worthless or defensive, how do you think your childhood experiences and relationships contributed to that? Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. I would like to thank you again for stopping by and allowing me to connect with you. I hope that this reading has provided the insight that you were seeking. If this reading resonates, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you can receive notifications when I post your new reading. And if you would like to become a member of my channel or make a donation to my channel, the link is in the description and it will be greatly appreciated. Well, until next time, goodbye, my lovelies.